Speaking of digging graves, no, it doesn't work here. No.
I had nothing to transition off of.
Everything was so good up until that point.
Would you say that Cliffy B is wising from his grave?
What?
Yeah. So Cliffy B is coming out
Marty
of
with a deep sigh. Mitch retiring.
Call my agent.
Cliffy B is coming out of retirement? Did he ever retire officially? Did he say it was retiring?
I don't.
Yeah, it was a dumb fake retirement.
So he's just like,
Kinda, but he's been very open about the fact that he's been making a game for like a year.
yeah. So like him announcing it wasn't a big shock to me. I'm like, oh, game designer makes another game.
Yep.
Game designer announces new game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that Cliff is revealing something about his game in the next week is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I am anxious to see what it is. This news does not get me excited. Like, once I see the game, right on. News is coming is not interesting to me.
Mitch, what do we know? Because he's been
He's tweeted like
little random pictures,
like
and
fake concept art of basketball dudes in jetpacks and stuff.
So what do we know about this game? Anything?
Not really, like it's an arena shooter. You and I were theorizing earlier this week about like what he would be using for it. You said UE4.
I mean, he's going to get the sweetheart deal, and he knows he's been working in the technology forever.
Sure. I don't know. I wonder if he might take like the more predictable indie route and use
Unity. Possible. I guess it depends how much money he has backing him. Like if there's if he's got investors or what have you. That
he must.
But I think isn't Unreal Engine 4? He could take the super cheap deal where he gives Epic 5% of the back end, right?
Yep.
Like it's not an expensive engine to use, even if he is on his own. And he
knows it.
The fact that he worked there, they're probably waiving that.
What if it's like
assuming he
Calling
left
All
on good
Cars
terms?
2, like a smaller game, like David Jaffe after he did God of War?
What if
he
it's
worked
literally calling all cars too? He's like, I need to pick up that torch and make.
Calling All Cars was really fun.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, going from ultra-violence to something smaller, do you think he's going to do that, or do you think this is going to be a big title?
I don't know. We don't know how many people he's working with. We don't know if he has a
we don't have enough
studio.
info.
We have no idea.
I think the safe money bet is a smaller scale arena shooter, multiplayer. That's what I'd say. I hope it's something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if it is,
spread his wings.
Hasn't he explicitly stated that it is an arena shooter? I thought he said that much.
Maybe.
I want to know where those basketball players come into play.
Yeah, man.
But isn't it?
I'd play that game.
If that is the case, though, isn't it funny how we're seeing the pendulum start to swing back now? As I'm old enough now where I've seen the pendulum swing back and forth in gaming from, like, when we were kids, Nintendo co-op was all the rage.
Yeah.
And then, Doom, Quake, it went, okay, competitive, deathmatch.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went, okay, team stuff. And then it's been co-op for a lot of the last generation, I would say.
Yeah.
And right now, it's all team stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's starting to go back. We're seeing Unreal Tournament is returning, is being redone. Halo 5 has said they're going back to making Halo an arena shooter.
Yep. Yeah.
Potentially this. And I know I'm leaving out one or two.
I mean, Counter-Strike recently came back. The League has made the cooperative, competitive thing, that community explode.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is feeding into the same core idea of, team-based competition, which I'm super into.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say the competitive aspect never went away. I mean, I said Evo the last 2 years. Lots of people watch that content, talking about Evo earlier, at least not in the fighting game genre. But if you're talking about shooters, yeah, I'd say there was definitely a downtick in interest. But Titanfall,
right.
The games that they're remaking that you were just discussing.
My one hope is that it is not this bleak-toned, super violent shooter. If it is Cliff just doing Gears or Cliff just doing UT, I'm just so not interested at all.
Oh, come on!
I want and it's Cliff. Cliff has been tweeting a lot about stuff that interests him. He talks a lot about Rust because he played a lot of that, and he loves the kind of emergent stories that come out of that. And I'm curious to see how that might influence a shooter in some way. If he's looking at that and saying this is something I would love to do within an arena shooter. What does that look like? Hopefully that's dictating a bit of his design.
We'll know in about 7 days.
Yeah, he said
6 days now.
Next week, next Monday, is when he said he plans to say something.
Yep.
We'll have it for you on whatever website it is we work on.
ign-period.com.
That one.
That one.